Hi folks, Greeno here, and I'm out and about in Dublin again. Now, one thing that Irish food has become quite synonymous with in recent years is a bit of a fast food phenomenon. It's called the Spice Bag. So basically it's a chips-based dish, but with sort of crispy chicken and bits and bobs like that in there, and some kind of Asian spicing, be it curry or Chinese or Thai, and basically all kind of mixed up together into this big spicy bag of late night goodness, shall we call it? It's probably a good way to describe it. So I'm here just off of Grafton Street, which is fairly close to central Dublin, in the sort of Temple Bar kind of area. Quite a cool street, lots of buskers and whatever going on there, in amongst all the shops and what have you. And just off of here, on Xi'An Street, behind me here, is a place called Xi'An, which apparently does one of the best spice bags around. In fact, they don't just do a spice bag, they do a spice bucket. Now their spice bag has got like shredded crispy chicken in, but the spice bucket also has like chicken balls like you get from the Chinese, I think, plus some chicken wings and all the sort of usual spices and whatever in there. So I was going to eat it in, but it's so busy and so loud in there, it's just not possible to film in there at all. So luckily my hotel is just around the corner, so I've ordered it as a takeaway. We'll head back there and we'll eat it there. So I've been in and ordered. Here is the receipt here, €13.80 for their spicy bucket. The actual spice bag was just under €9, I think. But yeah, this has obviously got a bit more going on. So €13.80. I'm just waiting for them to cook it up, and they'll bring it out to me here in the street, and then I'll take it back to the hotel. Okay, I have the goods. Let's get back to the hotel and get it open. Right then, folks, back in the hotel room, the salubrious location of the Premier Inn here in Dublin. Apologies for the lighting, there's spotlights all over the ceiling, and so it's casting weird little shadows around everywhere. Not much I can do about it, unfortunately. So, we got this box of goodies here. It's got a bit of weight to it. Let's get it opened up and see what's inside. Hopefully I can open it up. It's been sealed up pretty well with sellotape, just to make sure that it doesn't get disturbed on the way back to wherever you're going. We can just wrap that round there, that's fine like that. And inside here are the goodies. Right. Okay, so I'm going to bring you in for a closer look at this. See what you think. Right, first impressions from my end. The smells are really good, but I've got to say the colour is a little bit uninspiring. I was hoping that there'd be, a bit like you get with salt and pepper chicken, salt and pepper fries, that sort of thing, where you get little bits of pepper and chilies and stuff thrown in. There is some like chili flakes thrown in here, but there's no sort of greenery, any salady kind of stuff in there at all. So the chips have obviously been coated in the same spice because they're kind of orangey coloured. The same like the chicken strips here. Now this is what you would normally get in the spice bag, the chips and the chicken strips. Obviously here we also have chicken balls, which people will be familiar with from sweet and sour chicken, that kind of thing. And there's also chicken wings in here too, as you can see. I think there's probably a couple more the more I dig down into it. So, let's give it a little try, shall we? We'll start with the chips. Now, they're not the crispiest by a long stretch, but that's quite often the case when you get chips from an Asian place. You know, when you order a side of chips to go with your Chinese takeaway. Well, some people do. I don't. I have rice, like Chinese people do, but they tend to use, frozen chips or whatever, and that's what these are. But what I will say is the spice that's on there is really nice. It does have a nice chili hit, and there are sort of other Chinese kind of flavours in there, a little bit of Five Spice kind of flavouring too. Flavour-wise, they're fine. I mean, some of them are a little bit crispy, and maybe that 4-minute walk home has affected them a little bit inside this container. But I suppose if you order this as a takeout, that place was absolutely swarming with Uber Eats kind of drivers. They're going to take longer than I took to get back to the hotel to get the food to you. So this is what you're going to get. But the flavour's good. I'd say the chips aren't the best quality. They're not Five Guys fries kind of standard. But that spicing does elevate them. Let's move on to the crispy shredded chicken. So here we go, we've got these big long chicken strips here with the shredded chicken inside. That batter is still crispy. It's got that same spicing as the fries have, but perhaps a little less prominent than with the fries. This feels a little saltier. But it's perfectly nice. The chicken could be softer maybe. It's a little chewy. But I mean, it's nice enough. If you'd been out and had a belly full of beer and you're buying this on the way home, you're not complaining about that chicken, I'm telling you. Just trying another chip here to compare that spice again. And like I say, the chip does seem to have a more prominent chili kind of spice than the shredded chicken. The shredded chicken is a little saltier. Okay, let's move on to these wings. So there's a few little bits of wings hidden away down in amongst all of this. Like I called it earlier on, late night goodness. So, we'll try the wing. This is a flat piece. Now that's got more of a barbecue flavour to it. We get a little bit of spice. There's some chili flakes on there. The meat is quite nicely cooked. Nice and tender. Skin's crispy. Meat's juicy. Yeah, that's not bad. I quite like that wing. I've got nowhere to put the bones though, unfortunately. I'll just have to hide in the corner there. And then we've got these chicken balls, which are very much like you'll get if you order sweet and sour chicken from your local Chinese takeaway. You get these big battered chicken breast balls, don't you? And that's exactly what these are. Now these are, by some margin, the greasiest thing in this dish. Quite greasy. Again, if you've had a skinful, that's helping you soak up the booze. But I'm eating this sober. So, yeah. There's a touch on the greasy side. Let's see if that's the same with all of them. Yeah. It's a bit of a shame. Obviously it is deep fried. Do expect it to be a little greasy. But maybe because they're so busy in there. Like I said, the restaurant was full. There were, at any given time, between 6 and 10 delivery drivers waiting outside for the guys to bring food out. Plus takeaway orders too. Myself, 4 or 5 other people were waiting as I had ordered. So they're really busy, so maybe they've not had time to drain them or something. That might well be the case. But yeah, it's okay. For what it is, what do we pay? €13.80, just shy of £12, I guess, roughly. There's a reasonable amount of meat in here. There's like 4 or 5 little bits of chicken wings, 3 of those chicken balls, a bunch of the crispy chicken strips with the shredded chicken inside, and then all filled up with these spicy chips. It's not a health food, that much is clear, but it's tasty enough. I can see why the spice box has become a thing here, or the spice bag, sorry. Obviously mine's called the spice bucket because it had a little bit of extra bits and bobs in. It's the kind of thing you buy as a Friday night takeaway, or if you're on the way home from the pub or something like that. It will help soak up that booze, or line your stomach ready to go out on the pop. One or the other. I mean, it's tasty enough. The spicing in there is quite nice. The question is, of course, would I have it again? I mean, under the right circumstances, I guess so. I mean, it's not something I'd go out and order rather than fish and chips or something like that. It's not something I'd go out of my way to order. But if I'd been on a night out, had 1 or 2 too many sherries, then maybe. Although by then, you'd want a kebab, wouldn't you, so? I'm not sure this is something that's going to make its way across the Irish Sea that successfully. That's it. I think it's probably a little expensive for what it is to take off at home. You know, if you go out for a kebab and you want to buy a doner kebab or something, depending on where you are in the country, that's going to cost you between £5 and £10, isn't it? This comes in at about 12, and I don't think it's as tasty as a good doner kebab is. But you know, I'm munching my way through it. It's okay, but I'm probably not going to eat much more of it, to be honest with you. Right then, folks, so what are my overall thoughts on the spice bag, or spice bucket as I ordered in this case, from Xi'An Street Food here in Dublin? I mean, I've got to say, to be perfectly honest, it's something that's not really for me. I like the spicing on it, without doubt. That was really, really tasty. A little bit of Chinese flavour, a little bit of chilli in there. That I enjoyed. But the quality of the chips wasn't brilliant. The chicken balls were oily. The chicken wings were fine. Chicken wings were decent. And the chicken strips, the chicken was a bit chewy inside. So it wasn't the greatest quality of food. But then I suppose that's not what you're really expecting in this sort of thing, are you? So I've got to give it a score, really, haven't I? What am I going to score this? Now I'm going to try not to let the fact that it's not really for me get in the way of the score, because I know that some people out there would really, really enjoy this sort of thing. So I'm going to kind of try to judge it on what it is, rather than just what I think about it. I mean, I'm going to have to say it's no more than a 3 out of 5. For me personally, I would knock it down another half a point than that. But I know people will enjoy this sort of food. I just think there are certain things in there that could have been done better. And for the price, there are better things out there. That's just my personal opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Is this the sort of thing you'd be up for? I know I've got viewers based in Ireland. Do you enjoy a spice box? If so, where are the best places to get them? Are there better ones than this out there? I'm planning to come back to Ireland again at some point. It probably won't be till after Christmas next year, springtime maybe. I'd be really interested to know where a better place to get a spice bag would be, because this is one that, you know, it was recommended. It comes very highly scored on most of the reviews around. But yeah, it didn't really float my boat. Does it get Greeno's green light? I'm afraid it doesn't. It's not a red light. It's not dreadful. It's not a place that I'd say don't go and eat there, because like I say, some of you will enjoy that. It's just not for me. Right then guys, if you've enjoyed this little look at the Spice Bag or Spice Bucket from Xi'An Street Food in Dublin, don't forget, click a thumbs up on there for me, it does help with the channel. And if you're new around here and you like what you've seen, it's a bit of a different video this. I don't normally film in my hotel room, to be honest with you. But you know, needs must sometimes, I suppose. But yeah, if you really enjoyed it, why not consider clicking the subscribe button, and you can ding your bell for notifications. And I'm always grateful to each and every one of you that kind of joins the journey. Anyway, where's the next review going to be? Not in my hotel room. That's one thing I can guarantee you. But where it is, who knows? You'll have to wait until next time to find out. I'll see you then.